Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the May 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe to my channel, you'll be notified when I post new videos in the future, but also it really helps me grow my channel. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. In column number 2, we're going to take a general look at May. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do a crystal of the month, a healing note, and 3 yes or no questions for you. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, again, what's wrapping up and coming to a close, we have the summary card of perspective. So Scorpio, likely you gained some new perspective in the last few weeks or month. But let's see what messages we have coming through here. The first card that we have is the Strength card. The Strength card is a good card to have anywhere in our readings, I feel like. This is a card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, and with the lion on the card there, it's really a card of courage as well. The next card that we have is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having lots of burdens. If you look at this person, sorry, the cat is helping us out today. If you take a look at this card, the person is hunched over into the bundle of wands. They're almost like crying into wands. So again, you're carrying all these things, you're doing all these things, and it's really overwhelming. So some of you could be feeling pretty stressed or exhausted coming off these last few weeks. The next card that we have is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of award, victory, recognition, success, good news. Overall, really like a winning type card. So although the last few weeks have been very tiring, have been very stressful, I do feel like you came out on top, Scorpio, which is good to do. Get the cat down here as he terrorizes us. Sorry. But let's go ahead and clarify this column and see what other messages we can get here. The first card we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of a desire for long-term security. So likely the last few weeks you have been doing something that's been very future focused, and that's good to see because we did have that success card at the bottom here. So you could have had to have the courage to try something new. But I feel like you're adjusting yourself to put you on this long-term path, Scorpio. The next card that we have is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is an interesting card. It's a card of working very hard. Not super surprised to see it with the Ten of Wands because the Ten of Wands is that stress or exhaustion card. So in general, you've been working very hard. So is the cat. Sorry. The Page of Cups can also be a card of new love. So there could have been new love for some of you. That could also be tied into that desire of long-term security. The next card we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of friendship, celebration, but again, celebration coming up. So whatever this is, you were definitely victorious in this. You were successful in these last few weeks or even month, even though it definitely could have been a lot. You could have been working very hard there, Scorpio. The next card that we have is Ready But Waiting. So in this next column, again, we're taking a look at what's coming just in general for May. So there could be something you're wanting to move on and the timing might not be quite right yet. There could be some kind of delay. But let's see what messages we have for this column here. The first card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. For those of you that have watched my videos before, the Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It's a card of good fortune, it's a card of good luck, but in general it's like a good turning point as well. You see the wheel on this card, the wheel is quite literally turning and moving forward. So I feel like when I see this card, I know people are getting to a good point. They're getting ready to turn that corner onto something really wonderful. The next card that we have is the Tower card. The Tower card, people obviously have Tower moments, but oftentimes this is some sort of unwanted change, Scorpio. And most often when I see this, it's just things not turning out or working out exactly the way they wanted them to. So an example of that would be is like you were hoping something was going to happen in May and it doesn't happen until June. So things do work out. They work out the way they're supposed to, but it's not always the change that exactly what you were hoping for. The next card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a good card, again, pretty much anywhere in the reading. It's a very resourceful card, so as it relates to money, it's a good money card. And it's also a card of fertility, so for those of you that are hoping to have a baby, expand your family, that is a good fertility card as well. Let's clarify though and see what messages we've got coming for you here. The first card that we have is the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of envy, materialism, obsession. For some of you, I feel like obsession is the word that's sticking out here. I feel like you have almost been obsessing over this waiting or obsessing about getting to this certain turning point. Just know that it is coming for you. You may have been waiting for it for a while, especially giving that ready but waiting card. Or again, maybe you're obsessing because with the Tower card, it just didn't quite happen the way you wanted it to, but it's going to happen. For some of you, this turning point or this change is going to be related directly to this Ace of Cups, which Ace of Cups, anytime we have an Ace card, is a card of newness. But the Ace of Cups is specifically new baby, relationship, marriage, proposal. So maybe you didn't get engaged when you were hoping you would, or you wouldn't get pregnant when you were hoping you would, or maybe your wedding got delayed for whatever reason. Things just didn't go exactly as planned, but it's coming for you. And just to confirm that, at the bottom here we have the Fool card, which is that card of fresh hope, taking chances, that new venture, that new path. Again, so we are at that turning point. We're going to be on that new path. So looking really good for you. Whatever this is, you've been waiting for it. It's something you've really wanted to the point where you're almost kind of obsessing over it. So hang in there, Scorpio, because it's coming. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Again, anything money. The first card that we have is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a very fast-paced card. If you look at this card, both horse and rider are moving quite quickly, which is good. So there's going to be some sort of quick, fast lifestyle change. Maybe if you own a business, your business is really going to take off. Or if work has been slow, it's really going to pick up for you. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you've been working so hard and now it's going to ease up. But definitely a favorable shift in pace for you there. The cat messed up our crystals over here on this side when he paid us a visit. The next card that we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of being very traditional, being very conventional. It's also very much so a card of expectations. So you may be put in this situation in May where you're having to do things out of the norm. You need to shake it up. You need to change it up. As it pertains to your business growing too, I feel like for some of you this could be exceeding your expectations of what was going to happen. The next card that we have is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a card of nurturing, healing, support. But the nice thing about this card is if you take a good look at this card, there is a cup on there, but it's really not a cup. It's more like a trophy. And I feel like first and foremost, Scorpio, you are the trophy. But this could also be some sort of recognition, award. Again, just success coming for you in the month as it relates to your job and money. Let's clarify though and see what other messages are tucked in here for you. The first clarifying card we have is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a card of having to make a choice, or it could be multitasking. Again, I do feel like a lot of you are multitasking. Things are very quick. Things are very busy for you. So multitasking is what's sticking out. Some of you, though, could be making the choice to make this lifestyle change. Maybe you are deciding to sell a new product with your business. to increase business. So that's that choice you're making. Or maybe some of you are deciding to take a new job, which is going to increase your workload. So again, some of you are really just juggling everything that's happening this month because there's a lot going on. Some of you could be making that choice. The next card that we have is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of kind of withdrawing, retreating, moving on. Again, I do feel like some of you are taking a choice to move on to a new job, and that's what this is. But again, some of you need to move away from previous expectations or the way it's always been done. There does need to be some sort of change to tradition, some sort of change to this conventional thing that we used to do all the time. We need to bend the conformity here a little bit. Then at the bottom we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is typically a love card, but of course it has a meaning anywhere where we see it in our readings. The Knight of Cups, though, is like the card of Prince or Princess Charming. It's truly that knight in shining armor type energy. Very romantic, very proposal-like. But this could be business proposals as well. It doesn't necessarily even have to be relationship or marriage proposals. So in this case, when we see the Knight of Cups in this column, this is typically a job offer, a new business opportunity. This could be a new business partner as well. So definitely I do see some of you moving in. If it is a new business proposal, the traits that we were talking about, or excuse me, a new business relationship, the traits that we were talking about with the Queen of Cups, that being very nurturing, being very supportive, are going to be the traits of that new person. So great new partnership on the horizon for you. Very, very strong, very, very meaningful, very, very positive with that Knight of Cups card. Now in our next column, let's talk about anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationships, children. Again, anything you associate with love, Scorpio. And let's see what we've got here. These are a little close together. The first card that we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles coming up again for you. There's definitely some sort of desire as it relates to love, whether it's marriage, relationship, children. You're wanting some long-term security. You have a lot of long-term desires coming through right now, Scorpio. The next card that we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card, it could be a card of feeling not very fulfilled, which kind of makes sense because I feel like at this point there is some sort of long-term desire that's not being fulfilled for you at this moment, Scorpio. Maybe you're wanting to get married, you're wanting to have children, so there does feel like there's some sort of long-term void as it relates to love that isn't fully met for you at this point. The next card that we have is the World card. The World card is a card of completion. It's quite truly the world coming full circle here. But this is completing a lesson, completing a goal. It could be travel for some, so you could be doing some travel with family, friends, or a loved one this month. But this could also be a completion and an end to this lack of fulfillment, which would be ideal state. It could be an end of this desire too, meaning that that desire is being fulfilled. Again, ideally, that would be the message that we get. So let's clarify and see what else we have coming through here, Scorpio. The first card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion and a card of travel. So I do think for some of you wanting to expand your family, wanting to expand whatever this long-term desire is, I think this is a really good card. Again, that Three of Wands meaning expansion. Definitely some of you could be traveling though. We did have another travel card. Enjoy that travel. It's nice that things are kind of easing up with COVID and we get to do those type of things again. The next card that we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, very practical, very wise. And this is you, Scorpio. So I think that this is like good confirmation. I don't feel like the thing that you're hoping for or your desires or even your feeling of unfulfillment, I feel like this is saying it's reasonable. These are justified feelings. You're not being impractical. You're not being unwise. You are all of the traits that we associate with the King of Pentacles. So again, these are not unrealistic asks or expectations. Then at the bottom here, we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of kind of self-imposed restrictions. So some of you, I'm not quite sure. Let me clarify the message that I'm getting here. So with the Eight of Swords, it's paired on top of the World card. Some of you may have, especially if you're traveling, this could be like rescheduled travel, or for some reason it didn't happen the first time. Or I feel like this completion that we're feeling, so this unfulfillment or this desire, it's saying that I think you created some sort of delay here, Scorpio. But again, it does seem like things are going to come forward. You're going to be getting what you wanted. It just didn't happen in the time you wanted. But it feels like a self-inflicted delay of some sort. But again, with the World card there, I do feel like that's an end to that feeling unfulfilled, that feeling of not having what you wanted, which is good in terms of love for you, Scorpio. Now let's move into our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide. So something to take into the end of the month with you. We have the card Expectation. Expectation is always such a pretty card. I love when I see this card because, again, this is exceeding your expectations usually. This is getting more than you thought you could get, which is always better than having your expectations not met, right? But let's see what messages we've got here. The first card we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a card, oftentimes it comes through as a reminder to be really confident, to be really self-assured. And I don't usually give this message, but the other message that I'm getting here, Scorpio, is that you need to be yourself. Be true to who you are. Don't kind of conform for anybody. Be you. Be confident being you. Be self-assured being you. The next card we have is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a great card to have anywhere in the reading. Super strong money card with the Nine of Pentacles. It's a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. Again, very, very good card as it relates to money. And then again, we're having the Eight of Swords, the side-by-side Eight of Swords. So there's something that you're restricting yourself on. And maybe it's like your expectations are set too low even, Scorpio. Like you thinking, all I'm going to get is this, when really you can have everything. So do be cautious of that. Of course, let's clarify this message and see what we get here. The first card we have is the Tower card. The Tower card is that kind of unwanted change. We had the Tower card earlier. So what this is saying is, as things maybe don't perfectly go your way, we acknowledge that things are going to happen, but they aren't going to be exactly the way you planned, Scorpio. You need to be confident. You need to be self-assured. You need to continue to be you, and those things will come to you. The next card that we have is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting for results. So another repeat card here. This is something we've been waiting for, and it very well could be family, relationship, baby related, but this could be something financially you've been waiting for too, with the Two of Wands paired on top of that Nine of Pentacles. Then at the bottom we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands, another repeat card, but energy not feeling connected here. However, this is like the stress that you've been feeling. These are like those, again, those feelings that are holding you back. But just know that this is going to be greater than your expectations. Sure, it's not going to play out exactly the way you were hoping for with the Tower card, but this is going to be whatever you wanted it to be, Scorpio. It's here. It's coming for you this month. Now at this point in time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the Jack of Hearts. This is the number 22. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the, Question number 2, we have the Two of Hearts. This is the number 19 card. That's going to be a yes also. So many 2s in a row there. Then for question number 3, we have the Five of Clubs. This is number 33 card. That's also a yes. So yes, yes, yes for you, Scorpio. Let's take a look here. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you throughout the month of May. The crystal that you have is fluorite. Fluorite is good for order, structure. It helps you say no when you need it. It gives you clarity of thought and helps with that healthy ego. We even have a beautiful piece of fluorite here on the table there. And last but not least, Scorpio, let's do a healing note from our healing note deck of card for you. Your healing note says, love creates miracles, heals all wounds, and purifies all energy. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, when you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, Scorpio, and have a wonderful May.